How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian, and today we are going to be doing our predictions and the season choices for this weekend's Fantasy Royale in week 6. Now guys, I did mention last week that we would be having a special guest on the channel, and it is no other than Clash with Kevo. Do you want to say hello to everyone, Kevo?
Hey guys, hopefully you are doing very well. Hopefully I can also help you guys out with your fantasy team and see how my players do in the next few days. So yeah, I guess we can get straight into it.
So there was a couple of choices over the weekend there that made things a little bit difficult because it was quite close in some game weeks. And if you do remember, I did bank everything on SK Gaming, which of the turn of events lost to Misfits. Can't really believe that that happened. This weekend we have no double game weeks for either team, which means it makes it a little bit more difficult about who we're going to select. So it's a good job that we have Kevo along with us to help us out. Now we're going to go through our predictions first and then tell you who we've selected. Are you ready, Kevin?
Yep, I'm good to go.
Perfect. So we have SK Gaming versus Chivas Esports. Now, even though SK Gaming did have a little bit of a slip up, do you reckon that they can take Chivas this weekend?
I think it's too late to think about that, even though they've lost their first game there. I still have, I still definitely think SK can win. So I'm gonna stick with SK on this one. But if they do lose this game, or maybe you might have to change up your choices in the next coming weeks because, yeah, we know what Tilt can do to a team, and but yeah, we're gonna stick with SK for this week, and I definitely think they can bounce back from that interesting defeat last week as well. So, but yeah, SK all the way for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think SK has what it takes to take down Chivas, and you're very, very right with what you said there about tilt affecting a team. It can be very important to the mentality for them to continue on, but I think that's going to be both of us picking SK Gaming for the win this week. So let's move over to the next match here, and we have Cream Real Betis versus Misfits. Now, even with Misfits beating SK Gaming, do you think that they might be able to take on Cream?
Yeah, it's quite interesting because they take down a massive team, but they barely do it. So we have to keep that in mind. They
Yeah.
barely managed to take down that team there. So, you know what? I'm just going to give them a chance. I think that they definitely have a chance now. So, you know, might bring back that team spirit and all of that good stuff. So, I'm going to go with Misfits on this one. Bit out there, but got to do what you got to do. So Misfits for me.
Okay, so we're already into the second match and we have a difference of opinion here. I think that that may have been a complete fluke, but I'm going to be backing my UK boy in Belican, so I'm going to be picking Cream Real Betis for this one. So we're equal on one and now have difference on the other. So I'll be quite interested to see who's right for next week. So moving into the last match on Saturday, we have Space Station Gaming versus Team Liquid. Two of the heavy hitters of terms of accolades in each team. You've got Surgical Goblin, the God RF and everyone. It's going to be a huge bout in terms of popularity in teams that have a following, but obviously Team Liquid are in a really, really bad spot right now, and Space Station Gaming are absolutely flying near the top of the table. So who have you got for this one?
Well, I think this one's it's a pretty easy one for me. I see Space Station absolutely dominating right now, and I think they're going to continue that domination. I don't think anyone can really disagree with a couple of these options as well. So I'm going to go with the God RF for Space Station just because, yeah, I think they're just such a dominant team right now, and I don't think there's anyone that's going to stop them, really.
Yeah, I completely agree as well. Space Station Gaming, of course, did get clean sweep last weekend to SK Gaming. That did seem to be an absolutely uncharacteristic situation for the Guard RF and the rest of his teammates. I do agree that Space Station Gaming probably should take this. Although if Team Liquid do get a bit of a kick up the bottom for this to continue, Igor might actually start winning matches because he has not been playing like Igor does recently. He's not been winning the matches. Like, was it last year that he was considered the best player in the world? We're not seeing him from that this season, but I do agree with you that Space Station Gaming is going to be taking home the victory here. It really seems unlikely that Team Liquid's going to get everything going for them to even finish in playoffs at this rate. So I'm going to go with the Space Station Gaming victory as well. So we're 2 equals and then 1 apart here for our choices. Okay guys, moving into Sunday's matches, we have 2 matches left, and the next match is going to be Tribe Gaming versus Dignitas. Now, do you want me to go first on this one?
Oh yeah, you can go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, I've got to back my boy from the UK in Boothmac. I'm going to be going for a Tribe Gaming victory. He does play a lot of matches with about a 50% win rate. I think he's won 13 and lost 12, but he is getting a lot of matches in there, so he's obviously going to be playing the 2v2 and then moving into the King of the Hill set. Don't see him playing the 1v1, but I'm going to have to back our Creator Boys team in Tribe Gaming. How about yourself?
Yeah, it just depends how they line things up. Obviously, Azili's still in that 2v2 as well. Buffmac, I would say, is definitely a good choice as well. But I'm actually going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to go with Jupiter King here because we know he had a good stint in 1v1. I still think he's capable of winning those 1v1 games as well. And then also King of the Hill. If he has a good stint in King of the Hill, it can really bring out the team energy as well. So, I would say yes, Buffmac, amazing choice because he's in the 2v2 as well as the King of the Hill. But I'm going to go with Jupiter King for that 1v1 set as well as the King of the Hill. So yeah, Jupiter King for me.
That's fair play. So it's a Tribe Gaming, each of us selection. Moving into the final match of the game week, we have Pain Gaming versus Team Queso. Now, Team Queso in a couple of the previous seasons haven't really been up to the standard of quality they're normally used to. Because remember, the very first CRL League, they did win it. And then they really haven't aspired to where they normally are. But this year, Ruben is absolutely carrying them. He must be having a sore back at this rate. But I really believe that Team Queso can probably win this one as well. So even though that Pain Gaming did get a win at the weekend there, which was quite a significant one, I do reckon Team Queso is probably going to take this, or Team Ruben, if you want to see who's actually doing all the work on that team. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one because they, I just think they're a bit more. How do I say this? A bit more versatile in the sense that they can obviously, choose the decks to try and counter Pain Gaming here. But I definitely think that they just have a better connection as players as well. I think that, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite a close one, this one. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to have to go with Quasar just based off also Ruben's efforts as well. He is absolutely incredible. And I think he could be the best player in the world. Not me. Really said I could be the best player in the world. But yeah, I definitely think he could be the best player in the world. He just has to put his mind to it as well. So I'm going to go Quasar, but it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Ruben actually could be the best player in the world right now. He looks to be having a far better win percentage as well as the dominance and mentality that he has going forward, beating most of the people in the CRL East League as well. I think that Ruben really has got what it takes right now, especially in 1v1. We haven't really seen him play too much in 2v2, I don't think ever really, because they always save him for the King of the Hill in 1v1 sets. But he is unbelievable right now, and definitely one of the choices you could be picking for your Fantasy Royale choices. Okay guys, now moving into the second part of the video, we're going to be picking our Fantasy Royale teams. Now we've already done this a bit so it doesn't waste too much time, so I'm going to ask Kevin, what did you pick for this weekend's Fantasy Royale selections?
Alright, so I've gone with OP Sam from SK Gaming.
Very
as
good
I said
choice.
Previously, yeah, he's a great player. And I would say, just because based on the fact I do think SK are going to bounce back, I think they're definitely going to put in the training. They may have been relaxing a little bit because they were so far ahead here. So, but I feel like they're definitely going to put in the training once again. And OP Sam should be able to get a lot of crowns in the next game. So, yeah, OP Sam from SK. I guess I'll just move on to my next selection here as well. I am going to go with the God RF. I do think he is... I mean, he does the 2v2 and he does 1v1 as well. So we have to keep that in mind. Yeah, just great player. They're still dominating a lot. So I would say it's an amazing choice to go with the God RF there. I'll move on to my third one as well. Ruben's been dominating as well. So I am going to go with Ruben from Quasar. Just because, yeah, he's an absolutely insane player. As I said previously, he could be the best player in the world, in my personal opinion. He just has an amazing win rate, amazing work ethic as well. So Ruben for my third one, and my fourth one is going to be, I am banking on Tribe winning, and I am banking on it being a bit closer so Jupiter King can play that 1v1 set, but I am going to go with Jupiter King for my fourth option.
Very, very strong choices there, to be honest. Like, that's quite a solid team you've got there. That actually might even be a team that you can use the week after as well, depending on what the lineups are going to be, and as well as who's going to be playing in playoffs in future weeks as well. So very, very good choices. We'll move over to mine, and like yourself, you went for OP Sam, but I'm going for his partner in Morton. I just think that maybe he's got something else to offer, because I just remember that match last year with him and Surgical Goblin in the semi-finals of the World Championships. Arguably the best match in history when it was down to 1 HP of a tower. I do think Morton's got... Yeah, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Even like insane. You were sitting at home, you were just like, that can't be real. There's no way that's got to be scripted. But it was an unbelievable match. I do like to go with Morton. They both actually have very similar win rates as well, so it's kind of a toss of the coin between them. But I'm going to pick Morton for this game week. Moving into my second choice, I actually think that Cream Real Betis might be able to go a bit further in this one, and I've got to back my boy St. Belican. He's been doing unbelievable right now. Of course, they did have a little bit of a slip up at the weekend, but I do think they've got what it takes, and the fact that he's got an incredible win rate, the man is on fire right now, as well as getting crowns and getting the wins. He's actually very calculated and very cool as well in this situation, so I'm going to be picking St. Belican. Moving into my third choice, I'm going to be backing another UK boy in Boofmac. He plays, as you said, a lot of the 2v2, and he does get a shot in the King of the Hill matches. I've just got to back my boys from the UK in this one. I might be a bit biased, but I've got to go for it as well. I've got to show the support to them, as well as Tribe Gaming being a creator team. You've got to love it as well. And
Boofmac, good choice there.
Definitely, man, definitely. And I can't differentiate from you. We do have to obviously both pick the God RF, because the guy is a demon. Like, you can't 100%. Not have him in your team. Literally, the only reason he was ever not in my team is because Space Station Gaming didn't have double game weeks. But now that he's going to be back in the mix, I think he's just going to be a complete staple from now until the end. Everyone else is more you can move them about, but the God RF is definitely going to be in and amongst it. So we've got quite a few choices here that are quite similar in terms of who do we think is going to win, but we've got at least a little bit of diversity between our Fantasy Royale choices. So, are you happy with your team then? Are you ready for the weekend?
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially with a couple of the games. I do definitely think that SK should be able to win pretty easily. So, that OP Sam or Morton should be a good choice there. And then Space Station, that should be definitely lock those choices in, I would say. The other games are really all over the place, I would say. So, we're just going to have to see what happens.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, guys, so we are going to leave it there for today. I want to say a huge thank you to Class with Kevo for coming over to the channel. I really, really appreciate it. I wish you all the best in Australia and with the rest of your studies and everything else. Do you want to say anything to the fans before you leave?
So good luck in choosing your fantasy teams. Hopefully you do well and get some nice gems. Thank you very much for having me on. I had a lot of fun, so thank you.
Brilliant. All his links and everything will be in the description down below, so please make sure to go over and subscribe, follow him on Instagram and all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. Just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who is watching this video. You guys mean the world, and thank you all for continuing to click on the videos. That's all for today, guys. I will see you guys next week, and there might be another special video coming up this week, but I'm not going to be giving too much information about that right now. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you then. Goodbye.